Hi there, my name is Lawrence Allam and I'm the founder and director of THiNK Marketing. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably searching for some answers on how you can improve or perhaps even kickstart your marketing. Like many business leaders, you might be dealing with any number of issues right now, including perhaps marketing. But in my experience, at the heart of most issues in business is that drive to manage one, two, or all of the core issues that most businesses are dealing with. Number one, is their business going to hit budget or target or revenue target or whatever you might term it? Two, how can you find enough quality opportunities ahead of your competitors? And three, how can you replace cold contacts with warm leads, which help to fill the sales pipeline, actually improve your sales conversion rates? Now, that's where the THiNK Marketing Officer or the TMO comes in. And regardless of whether you've got a thriving and profitable business or you're just about keeping your head above water, you're here because you're looking to make a significant and positive change to your business, and specifically to how you market yourself. So let's just take a moment up front then to actually address what the THiNK Marketing Officer is, because I don't want to waste anyone's time. As such, in this video, we'll be quite direct on what it is, and actually cover how this is a slightly different way of marketing, but it is cost effective, how it works, the return on investment you get, the benefits, etc. But firstly, let me explain actually what TMO means. So arguably, the more experience a marketer has, the more value they bring to the table. And the height of the marketing profession is the Chief Marketing Officer or the CMO, and they sit with the rest of the C-suite, the CEO, the COO, CFO, etc. Now, the difference that they provide to a business opposed to a normal marketer is a difference between like a bookkeeper and a CFO. A CFO brings more strategy, a wider breadth of experience. They understand how to do things. They've worked at different levels, and that's the same thing as a CMO. They've been there, they've done it often several times. Unfortunately, however, though, not all businesses have a CMO. So at THiNK, we designed the THiNK Marketing Officer as a virtual CMO. So in a nutshell, it's a marketing program that helps clients create an ongoing marketing infrastructure and operations that help them create a larger market share. So it's a one-stop shop of marketing structure, know-how, and methodologies based on over 20 years of experience working across some of the most iconic Australian as well as SME brands. Now let's explore just marketing a little bit further before we get into the actual offer, because it's a fairly complex and multifaceted business methodology made up of lots of different components and moving parts. And for the most part, it can be a business's biggest investment, and businesses tend to tackle it in lots of different ways. That's why we often see marketing broken down and addressed at a tactical level rather than a strategic level. It's just easier. So, companies just work on their brand or their social media, websites, digital marketing, content, graphic design, and so on, whatever it might be, almost at a vertical level. But I think we do it slightly differently. We actually try and make the complex simple. We look at a business's needs, and we then determine a strategy and plan, and then we deliver tactically. So we don't push a tactical agenda and then say it's a strategy, as a company's marketing needs will really be based on how effectively and efficiently that company can connect with, engage, and then influence audiences ahead of their competitors. Now, how marketing teams or how businesses are supported is typically done in one of three, or a combination of three different ways. So one, there's a more done for you structure where an agency takes full responsibility of an agreed marketing activity and then reports periodically to the client. They effectively become your marketing team or an extension of your marketing team, and clients are paying for the number of different headcount hours from strategy through to management and delivery to reporting and everything in between. It's actually a very expensive way of doing it, but it's totally hands-off. So it's for those that don't necessarily have the time to invest in marketing, but they still need that same output. Secondly, it can be done with you. Now, that's where an agency works directly with a client to complete shared and agreed marketing goals. It could be that the client needs extra arms and legs, or they lack a specific key experience in their team. For example, a client might produce some content, and the agency then might leverage it because the client doesn't know how to do that. And finally, then you have a DIY approach. And that's where marketers bring the expertise, the tools, and the resources, but the client does the implementing. And that lack of head hours from the agency point of view means they can offer cost efficiencies to the client. Now, there could be any number of reasons that a client chooses one of those approaches, but affordability can quite often play a part. And like I said, marketing is often a business's largest investment. And having dedicated internal or external resources like a CMO can be cost prohibitive for some companies, unfortunately. And as such, marketing can sort of be a tale of the halves. So those companies that have the structure, the experience, and the know-how, and then the have-nots. So those businesses who just try lots of different marketing tactics, hoping that they'll just stumble on something that really works. And that's why we created the marketing officer, or the THiNK marketing officer, the TMO, to help businesses level the playing field. Let's just dive into that a little bit deeper. So at THiNK, we've actually worked we've worked in senior positions and also helped a lot of different clients. So we actually understand and have experienced those marketing pain points and inefficiencies that lead to missed targets and opportunities. So we know what it feels like when a marketing organization has a collective intake of breath, almost that uh-oh moment, and they need to scramble to meet the needs of a CEO or changing market or whatever it might be. Even businesses with marketing teams can sometimes lack that strategic marketing direction and infrastructure to fully realize their business goals. And that's because connecting with clients and markets goes way beyond just a tactical level. It's not just marketing by numbers. For example, if you get 10 LinkedIn posts, you get one lead or whatever it might be. Now, yeah, there are definitely those unicorns. There are definitely those businesses that change their entire company, with one YouTube video, whereas others can struggle even if they're operating a fully integrated national marketing campaign. But really, marketing needs to address the culture of a business, but also a company's understanding of their customers and their buying behaviors or customer psychology, which is often dealt with through strategy. And that's where the majority of businesses find success, understanding and implementing the right strategy, which impacts their customers, but also their internal business as well. So marketing shouldn't necessarily be dealt with at a tactical level, where business managers become focused on day-to-day marketing activity, like just the content, the ads, the lead generation, etc., because then they don't look at or track back to a strategy or goals, and that can create a disconnect in a business. The business plan, the management team, and the marketing aren't pulling in the same direction. And this can quite often lead leadership teams and business owners to become quite frustrated with marketing and vice versa. So marketing is often demonstrating positive metrics in their own mind, but they don't necessarily align to the higher goals of what the business is trying to do, which is typically around increasing revenue or market share or whatever it might be. So then the TMO really provides that alignment. It brings that CMO structure and know-how into a business. And that's because the Chief Marketing Officer, or the CMO, can often be the difference between marketing success and failure. They know how to deal with disruption. They've managed the ups and downs in a business. They know how to get the most out of a marketing budget, etc., because they've been there and they've done it. So we've created the THiNK Marketing Officer because not every company has or can afford a CMO. And this service has been specifically designed by distilling our senior marketers' knowledge into an array of different resources that we feel all businesses need. But what actually qualifies us to do that? So let's quickly mention our credentials and demonstrate that we can walk the talk. So I think we come from corporate marketing and marketing agency backgrounds and deliver a mix of services without the BS, but with a focus on understanding real life business needs. And as the founder and leader of THiNK, I'm actually a chartered marketer myself, and I have a degree in marketing from the University of Kent. I haven't just kind of stumbled into marketing and been good at it. I actually have studied it, and I understand the different strategies, methodologies, and the things that businesses need to actually improve their marketing. Now, in addition to the clients we've helped, I've actually held marketing leadership roles with Deloitte Australia, who've got turnover over $1 billion billion. AGL Energy, who are one of Australia's largest brands, have got way over 3.5 million customers, and also a private equity backed company with turnover at the time of approximately 400 million. That's a company called Geon, as well as the Sydney Ports Corporation, who at the time where I was leading their marketing, they're responsible for facilitating $50 billion worth of Australian trade. I've worked across Europe, the UAE, Asia Pacific, the US, and in India in marketing management and operations, branding, comms, etc. for over 20 years. And that covers industries such as professional services, consulting, infrastructure and energy, creative and recruitment industries, as well as a number of others. And my team is similarly qualified as well. This means we really understand and we know about strategy and operations and planning, clients and markets, attracting and winning more clients, segmentation, targeting and positioning, sales funnels and pipelines, digital marketing, campaigning, branding and visual identity, and much more. And I don't really want to go too far into the tactical piece because we want to keep it at that more strategic level. But anyway, this video isn't about me. You want to know more about the TMO, so let's get back to that. Now, you can't cram all that experience into a few meetings. So we work with clients to build a foundation of marketing within their businesses over a set period, which is typically about 12 months. So to meet the varying requirements and needs of different businesses, we've actually developed 3 specific levels for the TMO that are all designed to build on each other, so we can offer the right support and the right sort of, I suppose, budget levels for our different clients. So firstly, we have the basic TMO, the THiNK Marketing Officer Program, and that offers cost efficiencies to those businesses with slightly tighter budgets. It will bring the experience, the tools and the resources, and you do the implementing, which helps keep the costs down. This can often be used by business owners, managers, and indeed marketing teams to develop a more considered marketing approach in their businesses. It's also great for upskilling more junior marketing teams. Almost, I don't like to use the word coaching, but it almost has that feel to it. It's a one-stop shop of marketing know-how to help businesses connect with their clients and markets. At the next level, and in addition to the TMO, there's then the marketing roadmap, where we work together to create and deliver a 12-month marketing roadmap or plan, where clients will receive more time, more support, and access to us to ensure they're hitting objectives. And this has been designed for those businesses that probably need a bit more support in developing, planning, and then managing their marketing. It could be that they're busier, or they have the available budget and they want that extra support. And then finally, we have the marketing accelerator, and this is for those companies that want to get hold of their marketing really quickly and decisively. So in addition to the TMO, as well as the 12-month strategic roadmap, we help our clients change their marketing in just 3 weeks. Clients receive the highest level of support and one-on-one time to ensure they're getting the most out of their marketing and also this program. And clients actually receive the same level of strategic support that our larger clients of $10,000 plus receive. And there's a huge amount of value in that program, too much to go into now. So what I'll actually do is I'll create videos for each of these 3 different levels because we want to keep this particular video to more of an overview, so this doesn't go on for ages and ages. But then back to that point of an overview, then let's try and focus then on what does a TMO actually deliver for our clients. So what's the return on investment and what are the benefits of the TMO? Well, for a lot of business leaders, return on marketing investment is often a catch-22. Their business needs that marketing in place to realize their investment and to win more clients. However, this can actually take time. So business owners and their managers often want to go right to winning more business, and obviously who can blame them? But that's nearly impossible without the infrastructure. So then you quite often get companies will say things like, well, marketing doesn't work for us, or whatever it might be, because they haven't had the marketing infrastructure in place and they've gone straight to tactics. As such, whilst the TMO is being implemented, we actually use a 4-stage lead generation model that delivers between 5 and 25 leads a month. This way, our clients actually get the best of both worlds. We can give them the structures that they need, but also near immediate ROI through lead generation. Okay, but let's touch on these 6 ROI benefits on screen. So firstly, clients receive the marketing infrastructure that can be implemented into pretty much any business. 2, access to tools and resources designed to create successful marketing outcomes. 3, help in identifying and realizing marketing goals through regular marketing masterminds, which are usually every quarter. 4, we can help create a compelling brand as we provide access to our branding professionals. 5, we offer support, webinars and meetings with senior marketing professionals and specialists across the marketing spectrum. And lastly, as I just mentioned, that model that delivers between 5 and 25 warm leads a month, which are ready to convert. We should, however, note here that this activity and the expected return on investment is directly linked to the time and effort that's involved, and they're different at each level of the TMO. So, you'll get different expectations on each of these depending on the level, and I'll come on to that investment piece in a moment. But firstly, let's touch on who would actually benefit from the TMO. And the truth is that a lot of different businesses would benefit from the TMO, especially during the current challenging business environment. So we've specifically created this offering with business leaders and managers in mind. It's more that position that we've created this rather than it being a sector-specific piece. So managers and business owners might have tried different types of marketing in the past, but perhaps they feel that they lack the structure, experience, or know-how to be as successful as they'd like to be, and they would actually benefit from a CMO's involvement. But for whatever reason, costs, unable to attract the right person, they want to do it themselves or whatever, they haven't actually hired one. They're prepared to do the work themselves, i.e. the business leaders or the managers, or they have a marketing team to do that, but they just need that support and direction. And if any of those factors actually resonate with you, or perhaps some of the benefits resonate with you, then we would love to hear from you. It's probably worth having a conversation and trying to work through, what are your marketing opportunities or challenges, and what level of the TMO would best meet your needs. So let's think about that for a moment. Like, what sort of investment? How do we pick the investment level? Well, again, you can't cram 20 plus years of experience and know-how into a few meetings. It's not a quick fix tactical implementation as you're creating a strategic marketing framework for your business. As such, we deliver this on a monthly subscription over 12 months. And what we ask our clients is that they carefully consider both the monthly costs, but also what they actually need from their marketing, so expectations can be met thoroughly. So, for example, if you actually need 25 leads a month in a done-for-you system because you don't have the time to do that yourself, then you actually need the marketing accelerator, not the basic TMO. So then in terms of value and choosing the right level, consider the THiNK Marketing Officer in 4 specific ways. Number 1, firstly, the monthly subscription that best suits your business. So again, you need to consider here both the monthly costs, but also what you actually need. 2, what is your team's availability to invest time into marketing? So we'd recommend around 3 to 4 hours, which is about 7% of a standard working week, but you can go as high as you want, especially if you have your own in-house marketing, whether they're 100% headcount or a part-time role. The more action you take, the better the returns are going to be for you. So the less time you have to spend on marketing, the more you'll need to invest someone else doing it on your behalf if you want those returns. So there's a bit of a trade-off there. So the more time that you have, you can actually reduce the costs, or the more time you need from an agency, you'll need to pay a little bit more for it. So next, consider the time that you'll actually save from doing something like the TMO. So we've spent hundreds of hours over many, many years actually developing this program, and we'll spend countless more delivering it and also keeping it up to date. So in many cases, the true value of the different areas of the TMO is pretty much immeasurable. So think about it in terms of how much time and cost this will save you, the lack of mistakes, those sorts of things. And then lastly, think about the convertible leads that you actually get from this program. Consider how these new leads will actually impact your business. And in most cases, they should cover the cost of the actual program itself. Okay, so let's get on to let's have a look at some actual pricing then. So it's slightly different at each of the levels, as you'd expect. So for the THiNK Marketing Officer itself, the subscription cost is $525 per month, and you should get around 5 leads from that, again, every month. The marketing roadmap, again, a little bit more in depth. You've got that 12-month strategic roadmap, and you actually receive help executing it. So that sort of lands at that sort of 1,295 price point a month. But again, you get more leads. You get between 5 and 10 leads. And then the marketing accelerator, you have that really heavy impact 3 weeks at the front end, as well as a lot more time, with THiNK and our wider suppliers, and it's quite an aggressive program, so it needs a lot more time. Hence, the price is significantly more at 2,719 a month. But again, you get a lot more leads with around 25 leads a month. I should point out here on the leads front, obviously that's based on a very distinct methodology, and if we deviate from that activity or we don't implement it, then we obviously can't guarantee those results. Okay, so with that in mind, there'll be some of you who have heard all this information and really get it, and then you've seen these prices and you'll be able to put it straight to a budget and understand it. So you'll 100% get this and want to move forward. But for some of you, there might have been a lot of new concepts in this and a lot of information to take in one time. So if there's only 4 things that we'd like you to take away from this video, it's that number 1, through the THiNK Marketing Officer, you'll get CMO level marketing insights and support to make your marketing more effective. You can be one of the haves rather than a have-not, and it's a one-stop shop of marketing structure, know-how, and methodologies based on over 20 years senior level marketing experience. 2, the activity should actually be self-liquidating, meaning it will pay for itself. Whilst your marketing is actually improving and taking hold, the monthly TMO lead generation service will actually provide you between 5 and 25 leads. Point 3, it's affordable marketing at its best, and we've specifically designed the different levels to build on each other, making sure it fits all budgets, but still actually delivers huge amounts of value. And lastly, the implementation is fast. You can sign up now and the programmatic results can be really quick, yet the TMO also provides longer term marketing growth. We have to think about this in the long term. It's at least 12 months because it's strategic, and we have to think about it in that kind of 12 to 5-year period of how you're improving your marketing. Okay, so if you got to this point, you're probably wondering what's next. You might want to move forward, you might want to have a further conversation. So the first thing we'd ask you to do is, do consider the different packages and what your business actually needs. So back to those 4 points on how to consider the investment. We've got some more videos on the TMO, as I mentioned, one for each of the different levels. So watch those if you need more detail on each package and want to know what the individual elements are. If, however, you want to get straight in and talk to us, we do offer a free consultation. So yeah, absolutely, let's talk. We can walk through your needs and figure out what works for your business best. And then once you actually know which TMO level is going to work for your business, it's time to take decisive action and sign up. We've specifically designed this so it's not something you need to think about for 3 to 6 months. It's something that most businesses can pretty much invest in straight away, and we're looking for that from our customers so we can sign them up and get moving pretty quickly. Look, you can contact me if you need more information directly. If you don't want to book a call, I'll provide my details in a moment. Or if you want to provide some more diligence on THiNK, if you want to see who we are, check out our website. It's definitely worth a look. We've got a lot of different information on there, as well as examples. Check out the resources page. We've also got testimonials and case studies, etc., that might help you make a decision. The blog's also a great resource. There's content on there about different marketing strategies, inbound marketing, case studies, brand information, and sector-specific information around professional services and recruitment firms, as that's normally our speciality. But of course, as I mentioned, if you want to speak to me directly, like if you have specific questions or you just want to go a bit deeper on this topic, or even if you want to use me as a sounding board, do get in contact direct. There's my email address. I've also got a phone number up there. It's my mobile, so please don't abuse it. Have a look at our website again, or you can get me on social. That's on our website if you can't remember these or figure out these links. But you can get me on LinkedIn or Facebook are probably the best ways to connect with me via social. So look, I hope you've enjoyed this video, but most of all, I hope you found it useful. I'd love to hear what you thought. So, please connect with me or provide a comment if you're watching it on social media, or if you're watching it through the website, you can go to social media and comment if you so wish. And in addition, please do go and check out those extra TMO videos if you need them. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and don't forget, have a little bit of fun with your marketing today. Thanks, everyone.